Welcome Hall of Famer Ron Pierce, Rockin' Ronnie Pierce, the Miracle Man here, the only driver in history to win $1 million race 6 years in a row. And of course, 2 horses of the year, Donato Hanover, Rainbow Blue, third all time on the money list, $100 million, a record $100 million in the last 9 years. First of all, welcome aboard, welcome back. You had an extended vacation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, thanks. It was great. Martinique for 10 days.
Martinique.
Yeah, and then up to Sweden for 2, Norway for 9, and back to Sweden for 4.
Now, you and your wife, Therese, enjoyed some time there in Europe as well, and I understand you drove in some races there.
Yes, I did. I had to do a presentation at the Horse of the Year Awards ceremony, and they were racing at the track the next day, so they had me drive a couple of horses.
Now, that was the Swedish National Awards on Swedish national television,
yeah,
right?
Over 1.2 million people watched it, and I had to speak in Svenska, which is Swedish. And
you can do that?
No, but I did. I just...
you pulled it off.
Yeah, I pulled it off, right.
You were coached by your wife, perhaps?
Yes, I was.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, coming off your biggest year ever as far as wins are concerned, 479, over 3,000 drives last year, your busiest season ever. There's no stopping you. What you're driving now here, Dover Downs, Chester, everywhere. I mean, you're in the greatest shape of your life.
Yeah, I'm in good shape, especially after skiing in Norway for 9 days. That tightened me right up.
Didn't you have some back problems there, though,
yeah,
a couple of years ago? No, but
right.
you went on that stretching machine or whatever, and it did wonders, right?
Inversion table. It helped a lot.
Right, inversion table. Okay, well, you won your 4th Meadowlands Pace last year. Roll with Joe. You didn't qualify the horse. Brian Sears, of course, drove the horse in the elimination. You picked up the drive. Did you have any instructions from Ed Hart prior to the race? And tell us how the race unfolded.
The race more or less set up for me, and then when I moved him, I just kept him moving. I knew they'd be coming, so the horse raced giant. I was just lucky I got away from him as far as I did.
You were very aggressive with him early in the race from post 8, and then just basically kind of sat at 2-hole there, and
right.
You kind of took charge.
Yeah, when we come hard, and we just kept going, opened up on them, and we had a big enough head start to where they couldn't catch us.
That was quite a celebration in the winner's circle there with the Blue Chip Farms people. And he, of course, went on to win the Battle of Brandywine, and he capped his career in the Messenger. So he kept it going all season long after that.
Yes, he did. He was always right there at the wire. If he didn't win, then he was second or third. But he raced it real hard all year.
And no doubt he got along with you as well. You had another $1 million season with We Will See, who made that great transition to a 4-year-old. Fastest horse of 2011 here, tripped out off the hot pace. World record 147.2 right here on Hambletonian Day in the U.S. Pacing Championship. Tell us what you're thinking here. You're getting after it.
I knew we were moving right along. The horse, just a super horse. Sammy DePinto did a great job getting this horse ready for his 4-year-old campaign, and I'm looking forward to racing him again this year.
Yeah, Sam DePinto, what a great job with this horse, right? I mean, and he's put him away, freshened him up as well. Right. I know he raced in the Canadian Pacing Derby. He won that, 147 and 4/5. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was a good race. He put in a monster effort up there to win the race. Made us all very happy. Mm-hmm.
Sweetheart with Pirouette Hanover. That one also coming back, right?
Yes, as far as I know, she's okay.
All right, and a 20-1 upset in the Metro for Jimmy Takter, one of your longtime clients, with Simply Business.
Yes, Jimmy and I, we brought that colt along real slow. We kept him well within himself, and just kind of aimed him for that race, and it worked out. The plan worked out.
How about the Adios? 148.3 world record with Alsace Hanover.
Yeah, that horse was super that day. He was just awesome. His elimination the week before, he was just as powerful.
All right, and 2 more Breeders' Crowns to add to your pocketbook. Check Me Out in Cedar Dove. You got a chance to drive Check Me Out up there at Woodbine. Right. What do you think, stacking her up against the Colts? Is she a Hambletonian candidate? Should she be rated number 1 like I did?
Oh, I would think so. There wasn't a 2-year-old trotting colt out there last year that could beat her. And after I drove her there in for Timmy, when he couldn't make the Breeders' Crown there, he was stuck in this. There was freaks.
He needed you. He needed a pilot.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have got him up here either. The weather was just too bad.
All right, let's look at your drives here tonight on the card. Starting in the first race, the 9 Hidden Message for Nifty Norman. Patience the key with this one. First start for Nifty.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know as much about her as I do.
All right. Well, you're going to have to be patient with that one, I think, for post 9. What do you think?
Well, we'll just look over and see what everybody's doing.
All right. In Kenny's honor, fresh off a win, but doubles the claiming price tonight.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him. Oh, Kenny does. Much tougher bunch.
You don't have the power since you've come back.
No.
Right? But
Right.
that's going to come. I mean, you were just away for a while. Right?
Right. Eventually it'll come back. But, you know, when you're not on the ball here at the Meadowlands, you're going to lose your power. That's just the way it is. You have to be on your ball. You know, if you don't show up for qualifiers and you miss the first couple of weeks of the meet, then you're just going to drive the leftovers for
All
a
right.
while.
Well, see what you can do here with a couple of 10 holes. Starting in the third race, just in a Tyler Raymer trotter here who adds hobbles and Lasix.
Yeah, and there's another one I don't know anything about, but you know, it looks like
familiar in the score him down and
yeah, we'll get a feel for him scoring down. You know, it looks to me that, you know, if he's fit enough, he should be able to hold his own.
All right. Race 4, the 10, Elevin Example, back up in class off a pretty sharp rally, but again, post 10.
Right. The horse has been racing good, so we'll just see if we can't get him in the race somehow.
All right. No drive in race 5, as I can see here. Race 6, the 8, Ideal Newton, likely needs a start or two off the long layoff.
Yeah, most likely, and you know, with Noel's style of training and bringing him along, he will probably be coming from the back and just, you know, picking up what we can pick up. But I don't think we'd be mixing up with these girls tonight.
Okay, higher and higher. A very sharp shipper there for Darrell Beer. Race number 7, J.K. Sound of Music. Second start off the bench. Had some late pace. I think he got a shot in there.
Yeah, you know what? I liked her last week. She was very impressive. Linda, it was her first start back. I know Linda wanted me to. She didn't say it, but I know she wanted me to race her conservatively, so I did, and she finished up with a lot of pace.
All right. Moving on to race 8. Horse you pulled off a shocker with. Actually, it was George Brennan driving. Marion Matilda off a shocking upset. That was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, George did a great job getting her up there. I was racing her a little bit at Chester, and she'd always just kind of go through the motions on the end of it. She really wouldn't dig in and fight. But,
so maybe he shook her up for you.
Yeah, I hope she remembers whatever George did.
Now, you almost raced 9. You almost pulled off the 14th and last to first. You got third in the mile-and-a-half event last out with Rathbone, and you draw better.
Yeah, that would have been a first for me to come from 14th and win a race. But the old boy, he just sat in the back and followed along. And
maybe he needs 2 miles. That might be it there.
Let's see how he comes out of that race last week. You know, that's going to be interesting how all these things came out of that race. I think the main thing here is just to
patience.
Well, just do the best you can and don't get in any trouble.
All right. Well, good luck with that one. And then finally, race 11, the 7, Magnus Deo. A very tough trip in the comeback. Magnus Deo, post 7 in race 11.
Yeah, PJ's training the horse. He can get a horse right up on his toes. The race last week should help him. Looks like he got roughed up a little bit. Maybe with the trip he'll be all right.
All right, and we spoke about the pilot's license now.
Right.
Do you lost it? What happened? Can you still fly?
I went to get an upgrade on my pilot's license, and I went down. I flew the plane down to a layer where the examiner was, and don't you know the plane I had leased was past its inspection, and
needed to be inspected. It was past the time.
Right, by
3.2
hours.
You should have put that in your log.
Right, I know. I should have known it, but I didn't, and so it got me in a little trouble there.
All right.
I was flying an illegal airplane.
Well, you'll be back in the air in no time, and of course, maybe you can spend more time hunting and fishing now. What do you think? And driving harness horses here.
Right, yeah.
All right. Ron Pierce, it's always a lot of fun to have you here. Best of luck. Thanks for joining us. Good luck in 2012. Ron Pierce, the Hall of Famer. Wendy Ross is up next.
Thank you.
A preview of our feature race.